Yep, it's a little bit bright in here, but this will have to do. I'm not going to wait around all day just so that people can get a better lighting situation. I need to get this meter out. Time is ticking. I'll just wait about 2 or 3 minutes for everybody to turn up, or at least some people to turn up, and then we'll get going. So, ready to go with the knife. Get some slashing going. I was actually quite surprised it turned up very first thing this morning. Earlier than I'd normally expect. Nah, I'm going to start slashing. Get all my invoice details out. Dear Mr. Daniels, we have taken all your money from your business account. Fair enough. As long as I can make more. Okay, Greg. Well, Greg's here. That pretty much covers everything then that I care about. Let's go to the overhead view. It's a pretty decent sized box. So here we have the multimeter, new Benchtop multimeter, just arrived in its box. As you can see, it's some fine, clear masking packing tape they've used. Probably looks like about 50 microns thick. And we're just going to use a number 11 knife to cut through there. And then we're going to gently lift this edge. Yeah, I can't do this for too long. It's a load of bullshit. Alright. Let's just get right into it. Declaration of traceable calibration. Oh, this is actually calibrated. Huh. Neat. Wasn't expecting that. Do blah blah blah. Yep, whatever. Worry about those things later. Useless software. Even more useless probes, I imagine. Oh, they didn't include a USB lead. Alright, let's get this thing out. Kind of surprised, there's very few people here. Normally I flip these over and just dump them out on the floor. But we're trying to be nice to viewers. Make sure you keep the box in case it's got to go back. Let's see. In which country do you want to have a cable for? Yes. Okay. Neither of those are any good to us Australians. Alright, everyone's turned up now. Well, it's certainly heavier than the other one. I do love myself a beautiful vacuum fluorescent display. Plastic feels a little bit on the cheapy side, but it might just be an illusion. Hey, side of bridge. Let's see what's it got on the back. Okay, so we do have a USB port on the back, so that's good. So almost worried there for a second. Okay. Just plug this in and see if it actually even fires up. You're on. You're on. Ah, very nice. Yeah, I do much prefer the VFD display compared to LCD panels. There's just something about the VFD that is nice. Yeah, it's going to be a little hard to show off properly, but what I might do is just prop it up here with something, because obviously you can't see it when it's down like this. So what can I prop it up on? A couple of maybe. Yeah, these are already 240 volts by default. So bring the camera down a little bit. That'll do. Okay. Let's get our nice meters. Now we have our first and foremost test for this is to see what the continuity speed is like. Let's see, continuity. Okay, so we've got continuity. That looks really bad because it's just cutting off the top, but that's life. That's pretty damn close to speed. It's a little bit weak, to be honest, the beep though. It's about, I'd say, 0.2 seconds. So it's definitely much better than the O one, the other one that I had before. That's really good. Alright, let's plug in my power supply. Bring up the power supply. And we're going to plug in the power supply and do some voltage checks. That's it, I don't trust the power supply to be absolutely perfect by any means, so this is not by any means an extensive test. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is change to volts mode. Okay, this is in auto ranging. We're going to switch straight to 18. So the meter's putting out 17.7. This is showing 17.696, 50 volt range. So that's pretty good. So I'd say, you know, for the purposes of the work that we do, that's perfectly good. Microphone choppy sometimes. Yeah, such is life. There might be a volume up, I don't know. This is a microphone playing up. That'd be just typical on a day like today. I haven't seen it jump around at all. It could just be my gains a little low. It could also be me. It could be my beard. See if that's any better for you. That actually maxed out too much. Okay, that should be about right. Alright. Yeah, I might have to actually move the receiver for the wireless pack to be above my head. I think that will eliminate most situations. Well, this is certainly, like I said, I can't complain. It's pretty quick. I don't think I'll probably go for the gold plated or anything like that. There's no real need. I wonder if there is a volume increase on this. There is a lot of functions on this, of course, that I wouldn't ever use. Yeah, there might be a volume increase, I don't know. Maybe someone else will find out for me. Alright, next thing I need to check is the USB input. I get myself a bread loaf cable. Unfortunately, it seems like I've only got the extremely long one. Oh wait, nope, I got another one. Just gotta find a spare port, if such a thing exists. I've got all my damn MacBooks in the way. We're doing well, we're nearly causing a catastrophe, so yep, should be good. Let's plug this in. Now, let's see what happens. Oh, nice. It comes up straight away. I'll show you just now. So you can see here, so it's picked up the GDM-8341 VCP port. The only thing I'm not sure about is it using, let's see if it's using the TMCs. Okay, it's using the TMC protocol in Linux, so that's good. Which means I should already have software that can do this. Or at least partially. If I could just remember what the other TMC one was that I was using. And it is this. So it's actually, I can use the same software as my power supply. GDM-8341. So we'll just jump through, do a bit of coding. There is here something then. Hearing voices again. Okay. Alright, now the only trouble here is that obviously the power supply CPI commands are not going to be the same as the multimeter ones, so I may actually have to scrap what I just did. Mm. This is one of the interesting scenarios. You sort of have to choose which half you're going to read, because the I/O side is set up correctly in this program, source code, but the interpretation of the data, the querying, is not. That's the same as a different program I've got. So I'm going to have to cut paste halfway between. Let's see, %s, MP 7100, GDM-8341. The audio is getting choppy. Maybe the battery's just flat. Nah, battery's fine. I can see it jump. I could see that audio jumping, which is really unusual. We'll see how we go. I've just put new batteries in it. See if it misbehaves. I'd be surprised if it's the pressure, because it's sitting on the outside of my pocket now. I don't put it on the inside of my pocket anymore. So we'll see how it goes now. So it's basically just hanging by the hook. Do I have a manual for this? No. Right, there's no way that I can... GDM... Ah, 107. Here we go. Wow, this actually has a good... This has a very good documentation. Yeah, okay. This isn't going to be a simple job. I'm going to have to actually do this elsewhere, take it up into the other workshop. Because yeah, you can look at all these things I can configure and adjust. I wonder if it's got something for the loudness of the continuity beep. Beeper settings, 79. Doesn't seem to be a loudness thing, unfortunately. It's just a case of whether it's going to beep or not. I might have to improve that. Oh well. Alright then, well, I think we'll just leave it at that for now. The main thing is already checked, so that's what matters. There we go. AML. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is, for this software, I'm going to have to go up to my other workshop, or to my administration machine where I do all my development work, take this up with me, and then start writing the code. You don't know it until you break the warranty seal, you know, you're quite right about that. These should actually permit you to, you know, disassemble, because I mean they do have to be calibrated and things like that. I suppose the only trick is that, Anel, you hate them. Why do you hate them? Okay, looks like calibration can actually be done through here, so my bad. Why do you hate them, Anel? Or are you just being a hateful little person? Is it possible the speaker has a protective cover for transport? Maybe, but I'd say it's more just obstructed. Doesn't look like there is a warranty seal on this, and there shouldn't be anyway. Just taking off the rubber bumpers. And we've got 1, 2, looks like 3 screws in all. Naturally, I don't have the right driver. So now you call it a stupid meter because the people using it can't use it properly. That makes sense. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna do a body slide. Yep. Well, that's actually not 95% air. Yeah, the beeper that size, that should be a hell of a lot louder. I'm disappointed. Maybe there's a resistor feeding into that, that's just a little bit too high. Let's have a look. I really don't know much of what I'm looking at here. I'm sure someone like Dave Jones would be able to give a far better rundown. Obviously I'm not going to touch anything much. But yeah, that speaker there, I genuinely would have thought that would be significantly louder. I'm going to guess, let's see, we'll just drop this. I'm gonna guess there's a diode and MOSFET assembly down there. Okay. Oops, turn on the camera. Yeah, there we go. They probably don't want it too loud because it actually will tend to cause a lot of interference. So my guess is that, let's get a probe here. Now this is the piezo, whatever. Okay, so this here will be, this setup here will be what's driving that. And 472, so it's a 4K7 resistor. This is the back EMF diode, and this is the MOSFET that controls, it'll be going to ground most likely. And that's probably just, yeah, that's not even related, I'd say. And see, they've got a very thick positive side trace coming in here off this cap. And that's because they really don't want too much noise being emitted by, in terms of electrical noise, they don't want too much coming out of these things. It's not a problem when you power them, it's when you actually shut them down. When you turn off the MOSFET on the ground, and that's why you got the back EMF diode there. Okay. Some sort of lattice controller. Physical isolation there. Yeah, it's a bit of an arrestor. Some whopping great big. What is it? 100 kilo. What? That's a fairly hefty device. .427 on that size, that will be just normal code, so that's wait, was it 427 or 472? Yeah, 472. So it's 47 and 2 zeros after that, so 4K7. As opposed to, say, there, which is 470 ohms. Anyway, not much for me to be able to pick on this. I'm assuming it's low to middle of the range gear. I'm sure, like I said, Dave Jones will look at it and go, oh, that's crap, and that's crap, but it's tolerable crap. You sort of expect tolerable crap for $500 odd. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, I guess I better put it back together before we violate things anymore. The underside is... Hey look, looks like Apple's been there. Okay, looks like Paul getting this lined up is going to be the hardest thing. Okay, that's lined up now. Hope we haven't lost the screws. What I might do for the beeper scenario is actually just make it that my software makes a noise as soon as it sees the continuity comment. Oh, sweet God. Just yank the thing out of my head. How's the audio been, by the way? Doesn't look like that's got an orientation. Batteries might have been marginal. That's the front one. There is a slight difference in, I think that's the bottom there. Hey ITC. Jose, what's the issue? No, that absolutely has to go that way. Yeah. Uh-oh, I broke it. Alrighty. Suppose we should make sure it still works after I violated it. Hey Aussie Geek. Yeah, this came in today. Yeah, I'm really happy with that display. I'm gonna have to read the destruction manual. See what's this menu? System. Hey beep. I'm not sure what that light means. Okay, it is the brightness, but you don't get to see what it is until... So we'll go 5, that's maximum brightness. But yeah, VFD displays are definitely my favorite. It probably goes VFD, OLED, and then LED. When I mean LED, I mean like 7-segment or whatever. But VFD is definitely my preference. It probably would look a little better if I peeled off the front plastic, but I want to leave that on for now. Okay. Language, factory, beat, okay. Okay, and we're out. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll go do some coding, and then hopefully by the end of the day I'll have a working on-screen display for this meter. It won't be fully featured, but it'll be enough to capture what we're doing with the board repairs. So I think that's good. Yeah. Alright. Okay, well, you've all seen it. Now it's time for me to go. And I'll see you maybe later today. Until then, take care. I'll see you.